Hello and welcome, pool fans from all around the world. This is day one here in Indonesia for 3 world titles. This one that you're looking at is the first time ever men's world doubles championship.
Team
And
Chinese Taipei wins the leg. Would you like to start?
Chinese Taipei and Poland. 10 ball. Races to four. 2 out of 3 races to 4. This is George Garcia, and joining me in the booth will be comprised of Wu Kunlin and Sea Chia-Chen versus 2 of the Polish contingent, led back a 2022 World 10-ball champion. And Wu, I believe, well in 10-ball. He's world-renowned. I thought he was a champion also in 10-ball, but it was Wu Jiaqing that won in 2008, or was runner-up. Taipei to break. They defeated India in their first match. The Polish team has not played a match yet. They had a bye. And so it's Poland versus Chinese Taipei. Taipei to
Solid
break.
break from.
There you are. Hello, Eric.
Yeah. I was talking before. You just couldn't hear me before. That's all right. Good
No,
to be
I
with you
couldn't. I
guys.
couldn't hear you at all.
No problem. Yeah. Blockbuster matchup here, George. 4 strong players. Tough to pick a winner.
Very, very strong.
Looks like pretty open
Could not find the
communication from Taipei.
Extension.
For Shea, were you talking about?
Yeah, for say I couldn't find a Fargo for him. He's played quite a bit. I don't understand why I couldn't find his Fargo rate, but Wu's is 819. Konrad Yashushin is at 800, and Shevchek, of course, at 831. So this should be a great matchup. Poland is yet to play, and the Taipei team defeated India. I believe
Yeah, I
that was in
put
straight
Shea
sets.
easily over 775, closer to the 800 level, really. So really 4 800 level players going at it here. Haven't seen Shevchek and Jashishin play in a doubles yet. Most of the doubles we've had on tour have been mixed doubles, so the men haven't really played together yet.
Now, this is the first one.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
this is the things. This is what Predator likes to do: innovation. This is quite a statement because the mixed doubles gets a lot of attention, and so now this is along the lines of the World Cup of Pool with 24 teams, $190,000 of prize funds. $70,000 to the first place team, $40,000 to the second place team, $20,000 for third and fourth, and $10,000 for fifth through eighth. That'll pay for the trip to Bali.
Yeah, going to see all these players in the doubles event in action in the men's World 10 ball later in the week. And looks like Poland's going to get Taipei stuck behind the 9 here.
And the Polish team has 3 players listed. These two and Daniel Maciol, who is in the background standing right behind the billboard there that you're looking at,
Full ball, corner pocket.
watching his and supporting his teammates.
Yeah, Polish team known for coming out and supporting each other. They have a strong team. Lots of times when they have 8 players in the event, so they've been around each other a lot, travel together. Good support system.
And
Foul. This is your second foul.
the referee for this match is Vladislav Belkos. Better known as Vlad, and he's from Riga, Latvia. From the EPBF referee team. He's going to draw the 6 ball here, right past the 9 for the 7 in the left-hand pocket.
Yeah, are we playing WPA
Very
rules
nice.
here, George? I'm not quite sure what the stipulations on this event.
It is a world championship, so it would be WPA rules, and I haven't seen the 10 ball pocketed early, so I'm pretty sure it will not count. It will be spotted as a regular ball, but they've made exception for the 10 ball in the open events, but not the world championships. So I'm thinking that no, the 10 ball does not count early.
Yeah, probably why they played around it there.
Pretty tidy with the cue ball, and they make fast work of this opening game after a little bit of maneuvering. And Polska takes game number 1. There's Daniel walking off to the side there in the black t-shirt. Little replay.
Yeah, a couple multiple rail kicks in this set. In this game, pardon me. Poland trapping them very well.
Yeah, 2 very effective safeties. And then a tidy run out. Conrad has stepped up his game. He has done well with the Pro Billiard Series. One in Puerto Rico. Both players are very used to this format, as they've played it at least once a year. Conrad a few more than that. Playing the one to the side, Eric, just like the Albanians did earlier.
Yeah, it looks like the one's going to go on the side a little more consistently compared to other tournaments. That's a good thing, I think, actually, George. You know, if you hit the rack consistently at a good speed and a similar squareness, the one should go in. Only seen a couple matches, but just noticing that so far in the tournament.
What surprises me is the consistency on which they get position on the 2 ball. And because the 2 ball is racked randomly, so it's going to end up in different places on the table. That's a rarity. I don't think I've seen Shevchuk miss a ball like that since I've met him in 2019.
Yeah, tricky, elevated. Had to spin it a little bit. And for viewers that hadn't watched the tournaments in Vietnam, the side pockets have tightened up a lot on the newest edition of these arc tables. So gonna see players kind of playing around the sides a little more. Even shots like that into an open pocket, they can be missed. They got to be targeted real well. Looks like the 4 passes the 5 here.
Extension.
Players are on a time clock. 30 seconds. He's called for an extension.
Looks like the cue ball is playing to the right of the 7. Just the end of the 7 was fine. 8 passes the 9 into the bottom right.
Wu has had a lot of doubles experience and team experience, playing in some of the mixed doubles in Las Vegas. Also played on the World Team Championships in Austria with Chang Zhonglin and Rita Cho Che-yu.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the men communicate compared to the mixed tournament. Typically, in the mixed tournament, you're going to see the men leading the women a little more, as a typical statement, not always. But when you got 2 players right around the same Fargo, the mix is just a little different. Sometimes they'll just let each other go, won't say anything because they kind of trust their partner. But seeing some communication between Xie and Kunlin so far.
Nice angle to come up for the 10. And tied at 1. Both teams making a statement there. Once out in the open, they control the cue ball well. Went through the rack. No problem. And that was the only problem in that rack, was the miss on the 2.
Yeah, see how the ball's kind of catching both points there? That's just the tightness. That's just the pocket size.
And there's a good camera angle that shows you how tight that those side pockets are.
Yeah, and I think it's a good game, or a good thing for the game that the pocket's been tightened up a little bit. These are world-class players, If they're too big at all, you're just going to see too much offensive play. So really rewarding players and forcing them to be a little more precise.
I almost lost the cue ball there. Vlad's having some problems.
Yeah, you can see on the overhead. Next time you get an overhead, take a look at the side pockets. They're really shallow, so not as much of the rail is sticking out. So typically, especially on an angle, you'd play the ball to the top part of the pocket, but that's just not as available now.
As far as the break goes for the partners, for the doubles, the players will alternate the break, but the incoming team can play either player first. For instance, if Chef
Typically,
Shack doesn't like the opening shot, he can let Conrad shoot it.
yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. Some players might be stronger at playing safe. They'll be the ones to lead in on those shots. Some players might be stronger at pocketing. Team's going to make that distinction before the tournament starts, like proper teams that know how to work well together. They can kind of have that strategy in mind.
Yeah, he had to end up on this side of the table for the 2 ball, so he shot it with speed to go 3 rails and was unsuccessful. Do you like the safety or do you like the bank here, Eric? I kind of like banking
The
this
thing
to the
about the
side pocket and stopping the cue ball.
One ball side pocket.
yeah, and then you're going to have angle on the 2 to open up the 3. So if you want to take an offensive swipe at the rack, this would be it here.
Yeah, he felt the same way, but didn't quite execute it.
See if we can see a big stroke shot from Shevchuk here. Big power, drawing over to the left long rail and back near where the cue ball is now.
Sure, he's got to avoid the 9, so this will be a pretty shot. The cue ball arcing towards the long rail and then back towards to where it is now. Just like that.
Beautifully played. Gonna have to rely on luck a little bit as per how the 3's opening up. Cue ball's kind of playing into the 6. Ideally, you'd want to be playing into the bottom side of the 6 and kind of get some movement into the 3. Not a ton of risk
Eric,
here.
I kind of like following this ball and maybe trying to avoid the 6 ball and coming up and then just stopping the cue ball where the 3 is and banking it up towards the 8.
Good play. I think it's just tough to avoid the 6.
Yeah, it is. But opening him up is going to be, it's just going to be tough to get him open. Yeah, there it is. This combo might be on.
I think it is. He's down the angle right now, seeing if he has the proper parts of the 3. It's close.
Yeah, the 3's off the rail, the 10 is not.
Oh, it's ended up pretty good for Poland. No carom available, no combo available.
He's trying to, he's looking for the bridge.
Extension.
He can bank the 3 up the middle. He's just looking for something that's a little higher percentage in hiding the cue ball. If he banks it up the middle, he'll have to line the 3 perfectly up with the 5. Doesn't look like much else.
Oh,
that's
it
no
can't
good.
go.
I don't see how they could have called it
Well,
there. No.
no. And they've left the shot. So even though it was pocketed in the uncalled pocket, they left a straight in shot. Poland has the option.
This could look down the rail at the corner pockets too. Their pockets are pretty tight. I'd put them at maybe 4 1/8. Definitely 4 1/4 at biggest.
It sure looks that way. Boy,
Middle of the
this is the
table's
second
open now.
match this is the second match we've done on this table, Eric, and it looks like it's rolling really, really nice.
7.
The speed looks good. Everything looks good on it. It just really looks good.
Yeah, we were over in Vietnam a week ago, and it was high humidity, so affected the overall conditions in the arena a little bit. But I agree, the cue ball looks like it's moving pretty nicely here. Expect lots of runouts in this match. If either team gets the break going, it'll be a big edge for them.
Trading games, and Poland leads by 1 in a race to 4. 2-1. Predator is streaming 2 tables for free here in Bali, and sponsored by Yalin, Box Billiards, Predator, Kamui, Ven Billiards, Isak Billiards, the WPA, and Little Monster. The other 2 tournaments being held at this time will be a WPA Predator Women's 10-Ball World Championship that starts tomorrow, and then the Yalin WPA Men's World 8-Ball Championship, which starts the day after, the 9th through the 13th. 96 players, $250,000 prize fund, $70,000 to the winner. The women have a $175,000 prize fund, 64 players. And it all kicks off here for 7 days in Bali. Players are staying at a 5-star resort, enjoying beautiful Bali, Indonesia. Rack number 4. It's raining balls.
3 balls in the break, George. Yeah, 3 balls, and rare to see it with hand rack 10 ball.
Yeah. And look at the bonus. Straight in 1 ball.
Yeah, Shevchuk has hit them from the middle a lot through the course of playing on the Pro Billiard Series, and really the ideal start here, but there is a chance of making multiple balls and a chance of the ball separating a little more. This is a dream layout for Poland. Good angle coming up towards the 8, into the angle, up the right long rail. Might play over to the side just so he can avoid draw. Decisive is a very fast player when he plays singles. Almost looks like he's practicing sometimes, so fast he plays. First break-in run of the match.
And down he goes. Turns into a 2-game lead. What a break. Can we put that down as a highlight shot?
Well, it's not too often you see too many balls made out, or 3 balls made
Really?
off a hand rack like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember when Shevchuk went to the semifinals of the World 8-Ball Championships, he broke from the middle every match I did. Just likes that offensive attempt, and there's times when it can pay off.
And he hits him so square, it's so consistent. Yeah, this referee crew they do a good job with this triangle rack, the Predator arrow rack. Not very often do you see them kind of not break well.
Yeah, it's definitely a skill to rack the balls properly on a hand rack, and the ref's getting more skilled at it.
Coming up after this tournament in Indonesia, Predator will have November 25th through December 2nd. They'll be in Spain, in Gandia, Valencia, for 2 international opens, a men's and a women's, and a mixed doubles open, along with the juniors, under 19 and under 17 10-ball world championships. And then they go back across the pond to Jacksonville, Florida, December 16th through the 21st. So we have a lot of pool coming up for you on the free streams from Predator and the WPA. And in Jacksonville will be the WPA Women's World 9-Ball Championships.
Decisive breaking from the side rail, hit them well, but nothing down. So another chance for Taipei in this set. Pretty straight on the 1, but if they can't develop any angle, they can roll straight through for the 2 in the long pocket. Does have a small angle going to the right, so has to make sure he cheats the right part of the pocket here. Nicely played, good speed. Just a little straight again. Kunlin shaking his head a little bit, knowing that he's going to have to hit a fair bit of speed to get off the rail here. Not only to get off the rail, but kind of get around the 9.
Extension.
He should be able to follow this down to the side pocket for the 3-ball. It appears that
The
it might
nine's
well.
kind of in the way.
Yeah.
It's got a stun around it. Nicely played.
You know, it's not very often you get 3 world titles in one event. With over
Absolutely.
$500,000.
Just try to get close to the 6 here. Variety of angles that can play him back to the 7. Didn't mind the corner there, George. You know, you get off angle on the side like this, it can complicate things a lot.
Yeah, this track's up to the pocket there, to the corner pocket. Using inside might not work.
Yeah, my first intuition was inside. It looked like he was queuing just low at first, but he's going to go low and inside. Just killing as much of the speed as possible. That's a nice shot there.
This 2-game lead can be made up very fast. He likes to kill that ball off the rail, doesn't he?
Yeah, nice play there. Looks like Shea's going to have to come across the 10 ball. The 50-yard line ended up in a very missable spot on the 10.
Ended up in a tough spot. Gosh, you almost just want to go for it. Well, you have to hit it very. He's calling it.
Yeah, I think he has to at this point. Missable ball here. Shot.
Not for Wu.
Go for
What
the
about
cue
the cue
ball.
ball? Good shot there. I like the replay of the racks, Eric.
Yeah, it definitely just
Get to
gives you a
see it all.
recap of how things went.
Sure. That colorful carpet sure suits Bali, doesn't it? Makes you think of the ocean, the beaches, and the 5-star resort.
Yeah, it's always been one of the biggest tourist destinations in the world. I remember as a kid just hearing, just randomly what were some of the nicest places in the world. Bali always came up. Amber Chen in the background there. She'll be playing in the Women's World Handball Championships.
You know who also is playing in the World Handball Championships and she's back to play? I haven't seen her in the last couple tournaments. Was the Duchess of Doom, the Killer Queen, Alison Fisher.
It's great. She's been always a nice addition to the tournament. A player that can still win the tournament. Tough rack here. No way to really break out the 5.
And one other thing to note regarding Alison Fisher. She's playing under the American flag. That's the first tournament I've seen her play under the American flag.
I remember her announcing that she was going to play for the States. She's lived in the States for a while. Must have been some reasoning behind that. Not quite sure what it is. But tough spot here, George. Even if you get some kind of look at he's actually seeing if the 6 combo's in the top right. I think it's too off angle. Could throw it because they're so close together. But too risky to really judge how it's going to play up table. Yeah, they're definitely taking an extension on this one. Looks like they're looking at getting back to the middle of the table on from the 4 to the 5. And possibly stopping the cue ball behind the 6, but you really need a full contact on the 5. I guess if they got an angle similar to this, could play okay. A lot of communication between these two. What a shot.
What a shot. But look at what happened.
Unlucky on the result.
More speed. Sure.
Surprised the cue ball released that much off the second rail. New cloth has something to do with it, but I always thought if you went back 2 rails, you'd never be able to get into it. Good shot. Didn't work out, unfortunately.
Can you thin the bottom side of the 5?
Show for the speed.
Oh, what a shot. He didn't get a rail. Wow.
Yeah.
What a good shot.
Just millimeters short of a perfect shot there. Poland going to stick Taipei behind the 6. Nicely judged. Doesn't want to hang it over the side. Did get past it where it's not really going to be makeable. Biggest danger here is going off the thinner side of the 5 and directly in the pocket. Has to hit the further side of it.
Oh,
yeah.
Didn't miss by much.
Yeah, he knew he had to hit it on that far side. Always tougher to judge the far side of the ball compared to the closer side of the ball as well. Tough there, but chance for Poland to win the first set now. Doesn't Doesn't look like he has to cut the 7 much into the angle on the 9. So as long as they get near straight on the 7, should be pretty manageable. Shevchuk just pointed to the short side of the 7. I'm surprised at that. Looks pretty lined up to me. Might be a little worried he can't draw it enough. Yeah, it's actually more angle. Got about as straight as possible there. Shishin can slow the cue ball down here. More angle than ideal. It doesn't have to go all the way up and down.
I kind of like the carom on the 7-9, playing the 9. He's playing the combo though.
Looks like he is looking all the way up table, so I'm going to involve some speed. Great shot. Close set here in set number 1. Break and run made a big difference in the middle of the set.
And that real nice safety won them the game once they run this out. Cho Che-Yu in the background there also. Here for the women's 10 ball.
Yeah, she'll be a big threat this week.
And the first set does go to Poland. Other matches of note going on at this.
First set is over. Yeah. First set is over, so you can take time off.
Players are going to break, so we'll have some time to read off some scores for you. First match of note is you have the USA men. Shane Van Bonen and Nicolas de Leon playing in the Netherlands. And they lead 3-1 in the first set. Let me refresh that, see if maybe that's already done. Netherlands already played a match. The USA has not. They actually won the first set and then lead 1-0. Finland leads 3-2 over Peru in the first set. Estonia trailing 2-3 to Germany. Austria 3-2 over Canada. The Canadian team is comprised of Alex Pagulayan and Johnny Mora. Greece 3-1 over Hong Kong. Albania tied at 2 with Qatar in the first set. The Czech Republic trails 1-2 to Indonesia. And of course, this match here, Poland leads 1-0 over Chinese Taipei. Some stats from Michael Salmon, the pool stat guy. Time at the table, pretty evenly distributed. There you see the overall performance on down the line. Eric, anything speak out to you from these stats?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty even set, but you can see the break advantage going to Poland, and that was indicative of the break and run in, I believe, rack number 5. They got a shot 67% of the time. The first shot after the break, 67% of the time. Once was on theirs. A couple times off Taipei's break. So the team shooting first is going to have a small edge. That made a difference in this first set. 4 fouls from Taipei, a couple of them in the first game. It's funny,
Missed
George.
shots.
You see that. Yeah, I was just going to say the three for Poland and 1 for Taipei, but
Yeah.
Poland won the set.
Yeah, that was the one that comes to mind is that missed 2 ball by Shevchuk. Couldn't believe he missed that ball. I believe it did cost him the game too. Not 100% sure. But a lot of pool to be played here in Bali. I'm not sure if Cho's little sister's playing in this. I don't think so. Cho Che-yu. Yes, she is. Cho Chia is also in this tournament, which is Cho Che-yu's younger sister.
Is Buhat playing again this week? She had a good breakout performance in Vietnam.
I'm looking at the list here. Let's take a look. I think I did see her. No, Constantino is here along with Rubelin Amit. Buhat is not.
Okay.
That's too bad because she was very impressive. Yes, she is. Carmela Buhat.
Okay, so
She's
she'll be
here.
playing in her second
Jessica
world champion, or
Centeno.
first world championship.
Sure.
Yeah.
Han Yu is back. Christina Tkach, of course, is defending champion. Kelly Fisher is here. Margarita Fefilova-Steyer is here. Jasmine Ocean, a world 10-ball champion. Pia Filler. Amit Rubelin. Sylviana Liu. Wei Wei is here. She just had a great performance and won in Vietnam, didn't she? She won the Open in
she won the
Vietnam?
tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's really 15 women that are subject to win the tournament now. So the women's tournament always getting more and more interesting.
And one of the USA's hopefuls, Savannah Easton, is here. Soa, Sakura Muramatsu.
Star-studded
Very
field.
nice lineup.
48 women,
Sure.
George?
64 women. 64 women. And here we go. Poland to break first. In the second set, they lost the lag. And there you see Cho. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry, I was just going to say, see if we can replicate that 3-ball break from his last attempt.
You know, every time he's broken the balls, it sounds funny.
It's like...
It must be my... I don't know.
Hit that one off square a little bit. Didn't get quite the pop that he did on the break before. Even when you break from the middle and you hit them off square, you're still going to get some more tied-up racks. And you can see that with the bunch of 4 balls. Kunlin's going to have to find a way to avoid the 6 and the 9, coming back towards the 3. I think he might actually draw all the way under the 6 here, George. Well, threaded the needle nicely. These are the shots that are underrated when the pockets get smaller. Ball's close to the rail like this, playing the ball past the side pocket. Really susceptible to an overcut here. Nicely played. Kunlin really hits the ball with nice finesse. That shot had a little more power, but you really see him getting a lot out of his stroke, kind of at that 3 out of 10 speed, where some players would play a little more speed. Just times the ball so well. It really gets a lot out of the cue ball.
Well, they're going to be productive here on this first rack. And one of the reasons I love the pool stat guy is he just sent me Chia Chen's Fargo 781. And you were right, over 770, you said.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just kind of on his way up, gaining some experience on the international scene. But you can see in how he hits the ball. Very talented player. Young player by the looks of it. I'd put him not older than 25. Choice to go 1 rail back or 3 rails around. A little more speed in the 3 rail around play. Comfortable in the pocketing regardless.
Well, the young man is 32 years of age, according to Billiard.
Wow, he looks young for his actual age.
And they do win the opening game of the second set, even though Poland broke. Let's see where this changed hands. Was it at the break?
Yeah, just caught the rack off square. Yeah. Biggest shot of the rack was the position from the 2 to the 3. Real nice finesse touch shot there from Kunlin. Thought that 3 was a little closer to the rail, but still nice pocketing.
Ten-ball run there from a dry break. And on the right side of your screen there, behind Wojciech Szewczak, is Brittany Bryant from Canada. And Bojana Sarac is on her left. And the other player has her back turned to us, so I can't tell who that is. So you have the players in the audience getting a look at how the table plays and the players on it. Good look at Vlad getting those balls back perfectly. And as you mentioned, they work hard at it to get those balls just right.
Shea going from the side rail, looking to make the one. Cross side. One got kicked away, but another ball flew in the side. Cue ball's down. Unlucky. Cue ball was pretty safe over by the right long rail, but just got kicked up the rail. Pretty good chance here for Poland. No real obstacles. Wants to get a pretty specific angle on the 2 to move properly towards the 3. I think straight in will actually do. Typically you'd play for more angle, but just getting a straight in, straight back draw angle, avoiding the 7. Just got to be careful here. Cue ball's moving towards the 7 off the long rail. Nicely played. Be a little interested to see where they play the 7. I think they'll just settle on playing it in the top right. Move the cue ball a little less. 6 balls on a good line for where they need to be.
Position is just flawless. Yeah. It's got to be able to get the cue ball off the rail, though, here. I don't think he
does,
can.
because they're going to... Yeah, they're going to want an angle going to the left off the 7, so it looks like they're actually considering going below it, guaranteeing themselves some angle, even if they're on the rail.
He just indicated he's going to stay above it so he can use the rail to get the energy to go up to the middle of the table.
This is a bit of trouble here, George. I think that, they can still maybe play the ball in the top right, but if they go up one rail for the 7 in the bottom right, the cue ball's going to be running into the 9 most of the time.
Yeah, he got 2 straight on the 5. Trouble.
Yeah, I think the cue ball's following into the 9 here. He can stun follow around it, but it's going to take a lot of speed to get all the way up table. Yep. Anytime you power up like that, just bad news. Had no option. But just got a little out of line on the 5, and it compounded onto the 7.
Yeah, these pockets don't let you power in down the rail like that. They play pretty tight.
And that's what we're talking about too, with the proper pocket size. Like, really, the players should be punished a little bit for getting too straight on the 5 there. get themselves in a spot where they have to hit a lot more speed just because of the angles that were left. And that's the result. Little in between on the angle here. Yeah, had to play to the short side. Nicely done. So decent lead now for Taipei in set number 2.
Yeah, the last set, Poland won the first game, Taipei won the next, but then Poland won 2 in a row with the break and run in there. And then they traded off racks. And Poland won 4 games to 2. But now Taipei leads 2-0. USA is 2 games to 0 in the second set over Netherlands. They won the first.
It's a final 16 matchup on the winner's side. So the winner of this match will have 2 chances to make it back to the final 8 single elimination portion of the tournament. Big set for both teams.
Big break by Wu. Playing the one to the side pocket.
Caught it a little thin. Never going to disperse the balls as well when you catch a cut angle like that. A lot of balls in the middle of the table here. Always makes playing position much tougher. Really in between playing the one to both pockets. Trouble for position both ways. I think he'll avoid the side. Just too much risk of going into the corner or catching the 4 in a bad way.
Yeah. You called it.
Well, it doesn't always have to get behind the 4 there, but it was definitely a thought, definitely something they had to think about. But playing into the corner would have been even worse. It was a tough spot. Still has a chance to recover with a jump. Nicely played.
What a shot there.
Looks like the cue ball's safe of a scratch on a follow here. Rack's opening up decently well. If they get straight on the 5, they'll be good on the 6. This cue ball is playing real close to the side, George. Might have to think of some kind of elevation play or extending the angles, going up table.
How about going around 3 rails?
Yeah, just got to find a way to avoid all the balls up table.
Well,
Second
I
jump
thought he might
call
be able
for
to.
Shevchekin's run out. This is a big game for Poland in the second set. Definitely don't want to go down 3-0.
Oh,
Another jump from
and
Shevchek.
a bonus. Does the 5-ball go? Is the question.
Yeah, it did. It didn't before. What a shot. Not only jumping the ball in, but breaking the 5 out. Shishin's having a close look at it. Shevchek's just letting him go on this one. No communication here. Well, that's a positive result from Poland compared to some tough spots they were in twice in this rack.
Sure. They shot their way out of that one. Well,
Not much on offer for kick safe here. Only chance is to maybe get the cue ball behind the 7. Yeah, he knew he had to hit some speed. Just trusting to luck on this one. And he's got it.
yeah, he sure did. Got the point. Again? 3 jump
That'd be a
shots
pretty
in
close
one game?
jump. That'd be Fedor Gore's territory there if he's trying to jump that one.
Yeah. This reminds me of the kick shot he played on the 5-ball, in fact, that just didn't make the rail. Hit it perfect. This is going to be a bonus here. He found cover. Got a good roll.
5-ball, corner pocket.
Yeah, another jump coming from Kunlin.
He's handy with a jump cue.
Most Taipei players are. I feel like they just practice it in a different way or have been taught a little different. Before Fedor Gors became one of the strongest jumpers in the world, I remember Ko Ping Yi being right up there. Ko Ping Chung plays real well with it. Gonna have to come around 3 rails here. Decently open path. Didn't want to nick the 6, but they're still okay. Might be forced to play the 7-9 combo. Not something they would look for, but not many other options with the cue ball.
Can you use inside and get to where the cue ball is now? No, he's going to go for the bank and the side.
Yeah, smart shot. That combo is always going to be tough.
They had a 7-9 combo earlier. That was a nice bank on the 7. Well played. They sure earned this rack. Got a little bit of a roll, but still made some very, very good shots.
Shot plays well for a left-hander here.
And they cut the lead in half. And they will be breaking the balls. I can't remember who broke first because they opened the second set with a break, but they haven't broken since.
Yeah, Shevchuk did have one break in this set. Can't remember if Jashishin had one as well.
No, if it was Shevchuk that broke the balls to open the set. And this is the roll they got. But they also kind of got like a bad roll for that cube when that 5 ball caught the point of the side pocket.
Yeah, a bit of payback off a low percentage. Safe from Taipei.
That was a well-earned rack. And a very much needed one by Poland. A good look at the venue. All the way back are the other tables.
Yeah, looks like about 8 in each row.
Could have been. I was looking back there to see if I could recognize some of the players. I thought I saw Dennis Grabe back there on the left. And the only action back there would be teams right now, the doubles teams.
See if Taipei tries to combo the 3 into the 7. 3 is actually going to come off a fair bit to the right of the 7. If it's hit at slow speed, it should stay around the area of the side pocket. Could play position for the bank. Oh, almost missed that one. Use the whole pocket.
I actually thought it was going to stay out when I saw it hit at least 3 rails.
Yeah, a few days into the tournament, that ball's not going to drop. Claw's still playing brand new and has a bit of slide to it. Nicely controlled. 3 was always going to go a fair bit to the right there. looking good for the remainder of the rack now. It's going to have to power out of this a little bit. Might just be straight enough to hold. Nice shot. Ideally doesn't want too much angle on the 6 here. I'd like to stay on the left side of the table for the 8. Might just have to purposely play more angle. It's okay to hold up the left side.
Stun straight up by the 10 ball, Eric, or do you go 2 rails forward?
It's just a little too much angle to go 2 rails, so a bit of right spin. We'll play to the left of the 10. Need some angle to come back for the 10 anyways, so shouldn't be worried about leaving a little more angle here. That's perfect. Natural angle falling up the right side of the table. Kind of surprised he's drawing this. Either shot works.
Three to 1. That's where Poland did not want to be.
Yeah, I expected this to be a close match from the beginning, and it looks like we're likely going to a third set. Poland can still get back in it, of course.
Good looking run there. And you have Estonia and Germany tied 1 set apiece. You have the USA leading by a set, but tied 3 apiece in the second set with the Netherlands. Peru making a comeback in the second set after dropping the first with Finland. Greece is down a set to Hong Kong. Albania won the first set over Qatar. And the Czech Republic leading Indonesia 1 set to 0 and 2-0 in the second. These double matches are always a lot of fun.
Shea going from the middle here. Had a couple unsuccessful breaks from the side rail. Hit them well.
8 ball.
For a railer in. Two balls blocking the pocketing angle for the, or four is blocking the pocketing angle for the one. He can cross the one up the middle. Just looking for something to hide behind up near the short rail. Nothing really there. Yeah, even though you can see the one here, just too tough to get any kind of positive safe. So I'm going to push. Similar shot for Poland, crossing the one up the middle, but they're able to slow the cue ball down enough here to use the four as a blocker. Just gonna try to stick behind the four. I'm surprised. This is a tough shot over distance. That's a real tough shot, George, but another chance for the up the middle play here. Cue ball's playing towards the bottom right. Believe it will miss it to the long rail side if they contact it properly. Good shot.
Got some good
Thought it
cover
was
there.
tough to avoid. Yeah, I thought it was tough to avoid the 10. But if they could play around it with follow, that was definitely the play.
One ball for the pocket.
This is a tough angle to read, but it's a big ball on the rail there.
Yeah, really tough to kick safe out of that angle as well. Got some coverage, though. Unless they has the window between the 2-9.
And it looks like he has it the way his body language is. Wow.
Yeah, only the right side. Think he's left this one. Position extremely tough. Only way to get even close to the 2 is with a fair bit of right spin. Very tough to judge over this distance.
One ball for the pocket. Extension.
It looks like he can make it. I think he called it.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much just playing safe there. Kind of an odd safe. But the way he's played the cue ball, I don't think he would have ever underhit the speed by that much. Cue ball behind the 10 now. Perfect speed. 4 balls blocked a lot of angles for the 1.
Six ball, side pocket.
Only thing that was left was a two-rail kick at the one, and the one has nowhere to go. Wow, this could easily be the set here, forcing the third and deciding set.
Yeah, Kulin measuring up the 3 like it doesn't pass the 7. So that'll have to be managed. These camera angles are deceiving, George. It looks like the 3 definitely has the left part of the pocket, but no way it does if they're playing the carom. Kunlin just pointing out exactly where he wants the cue ball. Relative to the thickness he can hit on the 3 and still control the 3 well.
I don't think he got it where he wanted it.
Yeah, he might even have to draw at this, which is really going to affect how he can control the 3. That's a good shot. Hit it at as little speed as possible, just getting a small draw off the 3. Cue ball playing towards the side a little bit here, similar to the spot that Jashishin got caught in a couple racks ago. Just short of it. A little straight here. Might be forced to draw all the way back for the side. Kunlin plays these shots real strong. Gets so much cue power with not really accelerating at the ball that much. It's perfect. A little unlucky to get exactly straight there, so I had to draw back for the 6. Still not perfectly in line. Gonna have to power off the left long rail a bit. 6 ball's nice and close to the cue ball though, so should have a good target on it. Looks like they might just lay off and take the distance.
These 2 balls to close out the second set. And a third and deciding set coming up. Players taking a break.
I think we'll take a quick break as well, and we'll be back for set number 3.
Don't go away. And here's some stats to take a look at, folks. Those of you late nighters in the U.S. and all over the world. There's a match coming up right after this one at 5 p.m. in Bali, local time there.
Yeah, going to be all doubles matches today. So another round of
Yeah,
16 doubles match.
Looks like the overall performance is pretty close here, Eric.
Yeah, only 7 points difference.
Yeah.
Indicative of the tied set score line. Still only one missed ball for Taipei. That's real low over 12 games.
Poland missing 4. 1 in set number 2. Well, they only won 1 game in set number 2. Safety efficiency. Looks like Poland's playing better safeties and more of them. Balls pocketed are pretty even. Taipei to break. Wu breaking to start it off.
Good hit. Bunch of balls converging down by the short rail. Shea's going to try to line the 9 ball up with the 2. The 1, pardon me. Playing the 1 into the 2.
Got full cover on the 1.
Yeah, I wonder if Shevchuk, yeah, he can play into the short rail. Chance to make it. Pretty much guaranteed distance. Got to swerve at it. Tough to judge here. Yep, just a little too much speed. Swerve didn't catch quick enough. Always tough when the swerve has to catch real late like that.
Yeah, it is.
Decently open table for Taipei. Gonna have to avoid the 8 coming back towards the 3. Oh, didn't want to clip the 7. I think he got away with it, George, but that was dangerous there. Was trying to follow through without contacting it. Yeah, he's okay.
Can he get around the 8 for the 3? Yes, he can.
Going to be forced to leave a little angle going up table with the 4 unless he powers right out of it. Pocketing's just easy enough that I think you won't be afraid to play a little more speed. Just drawing and avoiding the 6. Oh, is that straight? Looking to leave some angle from the 6 to the 7. Kunlin really directing Shea in this match. Knows that he has more international experience.
You know, I think just about every team's going to have a leader, except for maybe the Polish team. But even then, I would look to Shevchak to lead the other gentlemen, Maciol and Yushushin.
Yeah, for me, I think when they're playing safe, that's the time when there can be a little bit more communication because there's so many options when you're playing safe and you want to make sure you see the best one. But just in a situation like that, you know, there's not much to do with the cue ball. Shea knows that he needs to leave a bit of angle to come back for the 7. Just for me personally, I think there's spots where you can have a little less communication. Just stay in your own flow, you know. There's no distractions. Really depends on the team, though. And if they've... when the prize money is getting this big, I guaranteed all teams are practicing, unless they're in different parts of the world for whatever reason. So this is the way they've practiced, and this is the way they're going to go through the tournament. It's fine. It's just a different style.
And the first game goes to Chinese Taipei as Wu fires in the 10 ball. USA has defeated the Netherlands in 2 straight sets. Peru tied a set apiece with Finland. Germany tied a set apiece with Estonia, but trailing 2-0 in the third and deciding set. Canada tied with Austria 1 set apiece. Greece trails 1 set and 2 games to 1 in the second to Hong Kong. And Albania leads 1 set 0 and 3 games to 1 in the second set over Qatar. And the Czech Republic has defeated Indonesia 2 straight sets.
Yeah, Albania looked very strong in their first round match.
They sure did. They only gave up one game to the Spanish team, and that game they won via the 3-foul rule.
That's right. Referee taking some extra time on the rack again.
Yeah, he's trying to make sure he doesn't rack these guys. He doesn't want to give them a bad rack and have anyone complain about his racks.
Second time for Shea from the middle. Caught some follow on this one. 4-railer in again. Look at that. 5-ball kicking the 4 out of the way.
Yeah, the ball's just spread at the last roll. Gives them a shot on the 1. This might be too hard. I think he's okay.
Yeah, it looked like it at first, but it slowed down off the rail. Kind of typical when you're playing on new cloth and the cue ball's coming in at like a 90-degree angle like that. Plays a little bit slower coming off.
Uh-oh. He's behind the 9.
Yeah. No good here.
Great ball save, Poppy.
Too close to jump. It's too far out in the middle of the table.
Yeah, decent chance to kick this in. I think on the left side of the 3 is going to play the 3 right towards the side pocket. Interesting measuring system he's looking at here. Kind of measuring it from the opposite short rail. No good.
Foul.
Big opportunity for Poland.
Jushishin's going to consider the side here. Kind of like getting better on this ball personally.
Yeah. I kind of like him just drawing back and using the rail to get almost straight in on the 5 for the same corner.
I did too. The cue ball must have been drawing to the left a little bit. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure he would have played that shot.
Mm.
Can hold up the right long rail. Maybe just a little too much angle. Might have to cross it over. Good speed. Comfortably down for the 10. Reminder, if we go hill in the third set, it'll be going to a shootout.
They're tied at 1 and breaking. This will be the first break of this set, so either one can break. I believe it'll be Shevchuk. He's the better breaker of the 2. And they want to be able to pull ahead. They'd love to pull a break and run, as they did game number 4 in the first set.
Yeah, it was a fair ways out on that kick on the 3.
Yeah, when he lined up that kick on the 3, I thought he was going to come short of it. I didn't think he was opening it up enough. So I thought he was going to make up the difference with spin, and he didn't. I guess he expected it to spread a little more than it did. Well, here we go. And it is Chef Shep breaking. Tied at 1. Third and deciding set. And as Eric mentioned, if this set is tied at 3, it goes to a shootout.
Big power from Shevchuk, putting absolutely everything into it, but a little off square again. Shot on the 1 for Kun Lin.
Nice, but he might have to go into this 5 ball here.
Yeah, if the 3 passes the 5 in the right middle, that'll be his easiest play. Looks like Kunlin's saying it's straight enough to go through with some right spin and come back for the more open pocket for the 3. Oh, you're right, George. You did have to go into them.
If I had to go into the 5 ball, I thought I would have stunned the ball over. I'd gotten a little draw on it and not used the rail.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
the way I
It would
was
have been
thinking
less.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, less cue
Higher
ball movement
percentage.
to get into the. I think so.
Yeah. He was able to hit it. Is he going to get safe? He found cover.
Yeah, if he does have the left edge, the cue ball can play behind the 8. Bit of
I like a
communication
soft
here
kick
from the
here.
Polish team.
Yeah. Try to kick a pass.
the
I
left-
guess he can see the 3.
Yeah, he has the left
He has
edge.
the left side?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at that.
Taipei will definitely be wanting to have a look at the long rail here. Looks like they do. Pretty standard half ball kick. Chance for the cue ball to come back behind the 8 or the 6. Oh, he had the ball. A few deceiving angles that have come up. Shevchuk made a couple jumps earlier in set number 2. See if he can come with another one here. Wow, he's jumped well this match. Fairly open now.
Hear the time clock winding down in the background there. 30-second time clock. They get a 10-second warning. They get a beep, and then when it gets to 5, it counts down each second. And that's where that was winding down.
Poland staying in good line here and looking to get halfway to their total. And really the total in this third set is only 3 to guarantee a shootout.
And it is 2-1. I believe Shevchuk will be breaking again. He broke to open the set. They won the game. I'm sorry, he broke the second game of the set. They won that, and then Conrad broke, so this was a strong shot. That's the third jump shot by Wojciech. And that really nice cut on the 10 ball.
Yeah, really on 3 attempts, I believe. I don't believe he's missed any.
Yes. No, he hasn't. At 2-0 in the second set, he made a jump shot on the 2 ball and then on the 4 ball. They were both outstanding. And then he just finished making that jump shot on the 2 ball in this game at one apiece.
Yeah, I've said this a few times before, but I always feel like Shevchuk is one of the most underrated players in the world. He never gets in that conversation of the top 10, really. But you always see him at the end of tournaments and like at the end of major, big tournaments, too, with all the best players in the world in the field.
And he never says a word.
Yeah.
He never says a word. He's very friendly. I still never forget the time we were in Vegas and I was hanging around the Salado booth, and him and Mateusz Negoki were hitting balls there, and they invited this young man, maybe 15, 16 years old. We played him Scotch doubles, and they were both very, very nice, had a good time. We must have played 4 or 5 games with them, and he was just extremely, both of them, Mateusz and Wojak were very, very nice.
Chance for a second break and run of the match for Poland here.
Sure.
And this was the difference in the set that they won in the first set. Wide open rack, middle of the table open, lots of room to maneuver the cue ball. If Poland's able to get through these last 5 balls, they'll be guaranteed a shootout.
Well, I've got some good news for you, Eric. Your countrymen, Mr. Mora and Mr. Pagalion. The Lion has roared, and they defeated Austria 2-1.
Good for them.
And in
That
the
was a
third
very
set,
tough matchup in the first round.
yeah.
Yeah.
In the third set, they won it 4-0.
Nice. They've played in the World Cup of Pool about 5 times together, so very familiar with each other. Good friends off the table as well. So they can look for them to be a threat in this tournament.
And they got their break and run. Was that 2 in a row? That wasn't a break and run. The last one wasn't a break and run, was it, Eric? No.
Yeah, just one so far in this set.
Just the
2
one, yeah.
overall in the
That's what I
match.
thought.
Yeah, these slow motion replays are nice because you can really see the cue action of a lot of the players. You can see they swing up in the back a little bit, come back more level at the cue ball. Just shishing a little shorter on the backstroke.
Conrad to break. Trying to close out the team of Wu and Sei. And here we go. They would love a rack just like the last one they just played. And needs a good break.
Yeah, he just lost a square hit on his last couple. So looking to square up a little better here.
goes the 8.
Balls down. Right on the 1. And a chance to finish off with a 2 break and run finish. No problems, really. Bit of movement from the 3 to the 4. They're going to be forced to shoot the 4 in the long pocket. It's okay, though. 4 is a fair bit off the rail. He'll have to come between the 5-9. Decent window between those two balls. Three rails forward here, just trying to get close to the 4. Hope you don't end up straight. Angle towards frozen on the rail with the cue ball or just off the rail. Should play well.
Perfect angle to go
George.
to the 5. Yeah, looking really strong here. Went just a little too far.
Yeah, choices here for Decisive. I don't think he'll go 3 rails around. He's just double checking with Shevchek. They're going to be okay to play the longer pocket. Oh, cue ball's kind of going the wrong way now. This is similar to what he was stuck with on the 7 when he had to power up.
I think he's got just enough angle. He's got very little angle. He's almost dead straight. He can get the cue ball up by the 10.
Yeah, just enough going to the left.
Just perfect.
Yeah, didn't have to overpower that one.
And it looks like they will finish it up with the second break and run in a row to close out the Taipei team. And the Polish team closes them out 4-1 in the third and deciding set. Poland will move on. Taipei will move to the 1-loss side. And we'll have another match for you coming up right after this one.